sweet for me until I stumbled along the river and fell in. The snake's back on his feet, walking down the street. He's coming for you, but baby, I'm coming too. I'm gonna fight. I'm gonna fight. I'm gonna fight for your love. I'm gonna fight. I'm gonna fight. I'm gonna fight for your love. I'm gonna fight. I'm gonna fight. I'm gonna fight for your love.
Hello, everybody. It is July 3rd, 2023. I am Drew,
I'm Tara.
and this is America's number one sports entertainment sibling, Chicago-based butthole buffoonery, MELLONfights podcast. I got caught up. Number one podcast. It's up there.
Ever.
It's in the mix.
The number one podcast ever. Yeah.
It's in the mix.
It's definitely in the mix with people I know. So
Look over my shoulder. Do you ever even look at the album I have up over my shoulder? I have a new one every single week.
Nope. I see Justin though.
Yeah, that was my birthday. Not my birthday gift. That was my anniversary gift.
I like it.
Justified by Justin Timberlake.
Justified. What songs are on it?
Like, well, I mean, Cry Me a River is the Senorita, just to name a few. Rock Your Body, I believe. I haven't opened it yet. It's not technically our anniversary yet, so we haven't listened to it yet.
It's tomorrow?
It's tomorrow. We're probably going to listen to it tonight, though, on the roof, because we're expecting there to be fireworks tonight as well as tomorrow night.
Yeah.
So.
And then the following summer.
And the rest of the summer, yeah. No, it's crazy. We went up last night and there was nobody who was shooting fireworks, because normally it goes on for like a week. I don't know if it's because the weather was so shitty yesterday.
Oh, was it rainy there?
Was it rainy here, Tara? There was like floods in the city. Our first floor got flooded. Some people down the first floor got they got some wet in their basements or their main. Well, it's not even I guess it's their basement, but all the first floors are 2 levels in this.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I went and checked. It didn't get in because our storage is down there, but it didn't get in there as far as I could tell. Because it's raised.
Did they have that NASCAR race there yesterday?
Yeah, they almost canceled it. They canceled it originally, but then they uncanceled it and they ended up doing it because people were fucking freaking out. They're like, "What the fuck are we doing?" Like they weren't even going to move it to Monday, even though they could. The city officials were like, "Oh, we'll probably not do it," and people went ballistic.
Berserk.
It was a bad call. Like Chicago got a lot of people that are like anti-Chicago were in town for that NASCAR race because they wanted to see it.
Realized that it's a cool city.
Yeah, and they were getting a lot of good like, oh, this is kind of a cool town. It's like, especially downtown, a lot of beautiful. It's like it's clean down there, and they obviously were getting ready for that fucking race. So people are like, it's a pretty good place. That would have put a little. It would have been like when the fucking Brewers did the All-Star game and it ended in a tie. People were like, oh, that was fucking whack.
Yeah.
Never again, Miller Park.
I watched a little bit.
I didn't see any of it.
They were sliding around like crazy.
Because it was wet, Tara.
Yeah. I was like, holy crap.
Did it look fun, though? Did it look cool? Seeing them drive through Grant Park?
Yeah.
Could you even tell?
Sometimes, yeah.
Shots.
Depending on the shot, I could tell.
Like you could see the city in the background and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
That's cool. Yeah, we didn't turn it on. We were at a movie. Our anniversary didn't go as well as shit didn't work out as planned, but that's okay. We didn't get to do the things we were supposed to do. We still saw the movie when we wanted to see it. It was decent enough. We saw Asteroid City. It was
I don't even. Oh,
it's a new Wes Anderson
movie.
Know.
Oh.
It was interesting. I want to see it again. It was pretty meta. Like for a guy that does meta stuff, this was like extra meta.
Mm-hmm.
It was interesting.
I'm not his biggest fan, so.
Well, nobody cares what you think. We all voted. They're like, who do we care who thinks of what about movies? But we've been watching a lot of stuff, Tara. I don't know what you've been watching, but we little comfort TV we've been watching. We watched all of season 1 so far of Boy Meets World.
Ooh.
Started at the beginning. We watched in the last week, probably about 4 days. We watched all of Boy Meets World.
All of it?
First season so far.
Okay.
Season 1. It's good.
It is good. It's a great show.
It's kind of funny. They act like Corey's kind of a cooler kid in the first season. Like he's kind of a cool troublemaker. But as it goes on, he just turns into a dweeb. You know what I mean?
A total dweeb.
He turns into a
especially
dweeb.
as he gets pretty damn old. Like he's just like, "Ee."
He's just a dweeby dweeb.
And what also is crazy is Eric goes from being just like normal to the
dumbest
biggest dunce in the
Yeah,
world. Yeah.
Yeah, he was always kind of a ladies' man. He's like a ladies' man
Yeah.
doofus. He's like kind of like a little, he's actually not
Like
dumb
a
at all. He's
little.
kind of like clever.
No, he's
But in the end, he just turns into the dumbest piece of shit. Feeney's what he.
Yeah.
Feeney don't change at all. Feeney's Feeney from day one.
mm-hmm.
Topanga.
I feel like Sean's pretty similar.
They make Topanga pretty weird in the early season. Then she just becomes a normal,
Yeah.
basic bitch by the end.
Yeah.
She's like loses her hippie gig,
Yes.
which is dumb because she was kind of cool. As a young girl, as a little hippie, it was cool.
She had awesome hair.
Yeah, and then Sean. Yeah, Sean pretty much is most consistent. He's kind of a, the
Bad boy.
bad boy. Is not really maybe a little bit of a bad boy, a little bit of a, outsider type of thing.
Yeah.
Corey's a good friend sometimes, and sometimes a bad friend. But, and then the parents are. Morgan's awesome in the early seasons. Like I think she's as good
She's
as.
such a shithead.
I think she's as good as What's Her Nuts was on. I think she's maybe even better than the Olsen twins.
Stephanie. Oh.
Stephanie.
Well, Stephanie started out as kind of being a wise ass.
Yeah. Well, Morgan's cooler. I like Morgan more. So yeah, Boy Meets World. And then I thought it was funny that it's so funny that the dad was in American History X as like this racist. It's also funny. So I'm always watching. I'm like, Feeney's, it's like, feels like propaganda in moments. Like, no, Feeney, you're wrong. And then the funny thing I thought as a kid is like, Feeney taught Corey something in every episode. But I realize now as an adult that Feeney's learning from Corey the whole time too. Like he changes his opinion on stuff. Almost every episode. Like he like, I'm like, something on propaganda, Jones. And I was like, oh, he kind of learned from it too. Like, oh, wow. So it's actually kind of cool. Like, so the adults can take a little something from it too, especially old men.
Mm-hmm.
Like Fiend Dog. Feeney's funny in it though. He reminds me of like an old lady sometimes though. He kind of has an old lady vibe throughout it. So yeah, guys, if you want to get up on that Boy Meets World, we're binging the shit out of it right now. It's on Disney Plus.
Disney Plus.
And then we also started a dating show on Netflix called. Trin's been trying to put me on this for months.
Okay,
so people have seen it, but it's Perfect Match. It is.
Oh, I remember him talking a little bit
Tara,
about it.
it is fucking awesome. It's like
All right.
it's like they took Are You the One and like up the ante a little bit. Like it's almost like Are You the One? It's almost like they took, how the challenge is just basically a bunch of people from Real World Road Rules and then like other shows after that. They started doing stuff from like Survivor and they started adding people like that. It's like that from all the circle shows with dating. And it's Tara, it's good.
It's people from the circle?
People from the circle, people from Hotter, Too Hot to Handle, people from Blind Love, Love is Blind.
Oh.
And it's awesome. Like I was like, whatever. And by the end of like episode 1, I was like, okay, it's all pretty good. And by the end of episode 2, I was like, I'm fucking hooked. You gotta watch it, Tara.
All
so we
right,
can
I'll
talk
give it a
about
go.
Guys,
Yeah.
watch Perfect Match on Netflix. Boy Meets World is just if you're looking for something comfy to watch. And then, what are you watching, Tara? Anything?
No.
So the opening is me talking a lot about a bunch of things I watched, and then Tara says no, and we move along. I like it.
I'm trying to think if I watched anything. I
know you watched one
caught up-
thing.
What?
I know you watched one thing
Gleaming-
because we're about to talk about
Gleaming
it.
the Cube.
Gleaming the Cube. Let's just jump to Gleaming the Cube because it sounds like you're not watching anything worth talking about. Do you have any
Not
questions about those
really.
shows I watched?
Well, I've seen Boy Meets World, so no. But I think I'll dip into the dating one.
It's good.
Perfect Match.
It's good. So in honor of the countdown to 69. I'll just say it now. This is the countdown to 69.
69.
69. This is our countdown to 69. This is episode 66. And this is the countdown to 69.
69. 69.
I'm trying to do the exact same thing.
I just loved it.
69.
I've watched it so many times.
That clip?
Yeah.
That's a great clip. That didn't get enough views.
It just was like funny.
That clip should be a massive hit. The way we say 69 a million times.
69. 69.
69 is funny.
It's funny and fun. Ask Paul Rudd.
Ask Paul Rudd. Ask Christian Slater. Born in 1969.
Yep.
Gleaming the Cube. He was Gleaming the Cube from day one.
He was Gleaming the Cube.
So we watched Gleaming the Cube. The first thing we'll talk about for 69, our countdown to 69 is Gleaming the Cube. We both watched it for. We all know what, Tara?
We all know that Gleaming the Cube is another word for 69.
It's not a word. It's another. It's a synonym for 69. How about that?
Yes, it's a synonym for 69.
Yes, it is. Gleaming the Cube. Neither of us had seen Gleaming the Cube. Hold on, I want to pull up some information about it.
Made in 1989. That's when it came out.
All right, there we go. Yeah, 1989, Gleaming the Cube comes out. Starring Christian Slater. He's the only real big star in it, I would say.
Yeah.
Tony Hawk is in it as like a side person, but he's like not really. He's just like he's so funny and his hair is so funny.
Yeah. And he really doesn't say much.
And then it has a bunch of Asian people in it, which we can talk about because it just felt really weird the way they treated like the Asian part of it. It was like so bizarre. There's like one point where they just like he's like we'll get to it. Anyway, Gleaming the Cube, 1989, 20 years after 1969. Nice.
Very nice.
So Christian Slater was 20 years old in that movie?
I was going to say how old
maybe
was
19, maybe 19, I guess.
Young.
Yeah, he was young. He was in Heathers right around the same time. That's crazy. He seemed younger than that. If he said he was born in 1969, right?
Mm-hmm.
Positive?
Well, a lot of times when they come out, it's
right.
been a couple years.
Well, not a couple, usually about one. It was probably made in 19... At the most, he was like 19. 18 minimum. He's young in it, though. Heathers was the year... little. Heathers was the year before 1988. That's when Heathers came out. And then his next real big thing was 1993, 4 years later, when he was in True Romance, which he feels so much older in.
I know.
It's crazy. So, I said last week the Gleaming Cube was about skateboarders and hacking. I was incorrect.
Yes.
I was incorrect. So, I'll say this. I got to watch it with Miranda. I feel bad for Tara because when I get to watch all these movies with Miranda usually. She doesn't always watch them with me. It makes it more fun for sure. I bet she didn't have as much fun watching Gleaming the Cube because we definitely had a lot of fun watching, but I don't know that Tara had as much fun. Did you enjoy Gleaming the Cube?
I did like it.
Yeah, it was good, right?
I thought it was just kind of silly and fun and like a weird storyline, but it worked for some reason.
Yeah, it was pretty crazy, pretty outlandish. Yeah. It like escalates very quickly. Can we agree on that? Like,
yeah,
it's like, holy shit. Like, this is happening fast.
I know. So it was really about skateboarding and avenging a brother's death.
I mean, it's not really about skateboarding at all. He just happens to skateboard.
No.
He just happens to be a dude that's a burnout skateboarder, is what they like to pretend. Yeah. And, well, I guess we can start out. The movie starts with like all these skateboarders at a airstrip with a bunch of airplanes flying around. All these young skateboarders, and they jump in a plane. They get they pay the pilot to take them flying around, and they're looking for. And it turns out they're looking for a bowl, baby, an empty fucking pool to skate in.
Pool.
And they go skating, and the next scene is them skating. I don't know how many times I said sick, Tara, but I said sick a lot watching this movie.
For real?
I'm like, sick. When they were
That's
doing their
sick.
moves.
Oh, there were some sick
There were
moves.
some sick moves.
They were some
Super
good
sick.
skateboarding.
There was. It was really funny when it wasn't Christian
Some
Slater.
of it was, oh my gosh, I know.
Which was never.
I know. We're going to get into some stuff that's real
Which was
funny about
never.
skateboarding.
Yeah. So
because I feel like all the skateboarding brought some really good comedy.
it really did. The skateboarding was fun.
Some unintentional comedy
very
too, but
good.
some intentional. Yes.
Very good. They so after that, so he they go skateboarding in a pool. Someone gets hurt. The cops are called. The ambulance comes. Christian Slater gets in a little bit of trouble, but he goes home, and his parents are pissed at him. And then he goes to his. They're barely pissed at him. And there's this.
Yeah.
And there's this other.
The mom definitely isn't pissed.
There's another guy. There's like a young Asian boy there. I believe he was Vietnamese. Yes.
Yep.
He was a young Vietnamese boy about his age, and you're kind of like, what the fuck is this? I figure out pretty quick. I'm like, I guess he's probably is like. I thought it was an exchange student, was my guess originally, and then you find out pretty quick it's his adopted brother.
Then.
Who's like the good student.
Yes.
He's like the good kid, and Christian Slater's the
grades.
bad boy.
Yeah. So he doesn't even think he needs to try because everyone just cares about Vin doing so good.
Right. Vin.
So he's like, what's the point? I'm just going to skateboard with my pails and grind the rail.
Grind the rail.
Is that a
Gleam
thing?
the Cube, Tara.
Gleam the Cube.
Let's just jump to that right now since we're saying no. We'll do it later. Hold on. Well, let's get through the full setup. Let's get the full setup going. So the brother, Vin,
has a girlfriend
named Tina.
And he works for Tina's
dad
at his video shop.
I think I didn't know it was totally going on. Yeah, like a video store.
Yeah.
I think it was pretty much like you had in the 80s. You had to have a video store or a comic book store in your movie, or it's not really a movie.
Exactly.
Is the vibe I get from that time period.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, we can't skip over it. Tara, the opening fucking song.
Oh my God. It's the Gleaming the Cube.
Gleaming the Cube is the opening tune.
Yeah.
And it was rad as hell.
I sent Drew a text and I was like, dude, this opening song slaps.
It slapped.
And he's like, it's great.
Gleaming the Cube was so good. I might have to throw a little bit in. Tara, I'll clip a little bit of it. If I can find it, I'll clip a little bit in right here. But yeah, I wasn't totally paying attention at that point, but then it like, and he's like, gleaming the cube. And I'm like, whoa, it was good. I don't know if I nailed it, but really good opening tune.
Mm-hmm.
It really set the stage.
It did.
And I also will say the end song, Brother to Brother, also kicked
Another
in.
bop.
I thought it was Gleaming the Cube again. It was so good. But it was just Brother to Brother.
Mm-hmm.
Totally good tunes. As a whole, the music in it, I didn't really notice too much. It was a lot of just not really.
It kind of was giving me like music, like Blank Check vibes.
Sure.
Kind of the same kind of music.
Yeah, it felt like almost like a TV movie / Disney.
Yeah, it was like more of a
vibe. Teen Disney movie.
Teen action.
Yeah, like a Disney movie. Either TV original or.
But maybe a little bit more violent.
Yes, definitely more violent. Yeah, because so anyway, Smart Vin is doing the books for. First of all, why are you letting this kid do the books if this is what's going on? But they have Vin doing the books for this video store. They hired him to do that, and he discovers a discrepancy in the numbers.
In weight?
Huh?
Was it in weight of stuff?
Whatever it was, the money wasn't right by like a lot, like noticeable, like half.
Mm-hmm.
It felt like. Yeah, it might have been the weight.
He goes, something's up. You're getting screwed. And he was like,
the old man's kind of like, yeah, don't even worry about it.
Don't worry about it. And then he basically fires him. And then right?
Yeah, something like that. And then he ends up getting someone grabs him and he ends up in his room with this guy that was hanging around the store and this old white dude. I don't remember.
Well, what happens actually is what happens is he goes to check out his hunch because he just couldn't let it go. He's like,
oh yeah, he went to the warehouse. He went to the warehouse.
So he went to the warehouse and
sets off
tripped the alarm
because he's a fucking amateur.
Yes,
he's a fucking amateur, which we find out later. Christian Slater's not.
Brian is not. No,
this kid's an amateur. Gets himself caught and then sadly, he gets himself killed.
Yes.
They
were just trying to scare him by
getting rolling a towel up, getting it wet, and then this guy, I don't know his name, in the movie, Bobby, is choking him with it to like get him to talk. I don't know why he wetted it down first.
He's like, this happened to me. This happened to me before.
Well, yeah. So he goes. So there's a knock at the door. Because you don't know this yet. There's a knock at the door, and the white dude. Ed Lawndale, yep. Mr. Lawndale. They're called Mr. Lawndale.
Who owns a medical supply
thing, and then
store.
So that's what I was confused by. So I don't know if it was a video store and also like a pharmacy.
Yeah, because I feel like he was talking about like cotton balls or something.
Yeah, it was like little. It was like it wasn't. There was like videos behind it, but then there was also like definitely. It must have been like just a store in general that happened to have videos, but you only saw the wall with the video. You never saw any other part of the store. Yeah, Bobby, and then so the old guy, and then there's a knock at the door. He goes out. It's at this hotel room. He goes out to talk, and it ends up being Mr. Track, Colonel Track, which is the girlfriend's dad that owned the store. Mm-hmm. And he's like, "What the fuck?" And he's like, "It's him in there." He figures out, like, okay, well, we're not going to do anything to him. And they go in, and and then while he was out there, the other idiot killed him. Like he choked him to death. And he died.
And he's like, oh.
Yeah. And
that's when he's like, this happened to me before.
I didn't die. So yeah, so he's dead. So he's dead. And they're like, so they kind of set up where Colonel Track he was going to kind of let him go. He's just like, we're going to talk to him. It'll be fine.
Yeah.
But he's dead. So the next
stage of suicide.
Stage of suicide where it looked like he killed himself in the bathroom of that hotel. And then the cops show up. And there's one cop that we didn't talk about. He was at the pool as well, played by Stephen Bauer. Liked him. I thought he was good in it. If you guys might know him from, he's Tony Montana's best buddy in Scarface. Did you realize that, Tara?
I did not.
You've seen Scarface for this.
I have.
His buddy, you know his buddy, right?
Yes.
Yeah. So that's who that was. Same guy. And so he's kind of a young detective, and him and Christian Slater kind of have a thing going on, but that's who find him and the other cop find him. And so that's the setup for the movie. The brother's dead. Christian Slater. Oh no, I guess Christian brother, he's not buying it. There's no way. No. There's no fucking way that Vin killed himself. He had too much going for himself. He wasn't that guy. There's no reason for him to be at a hotel by himself.
Yeah, he's like, my brother is not going to kill himself.
No, he's got a girlfriend he digs. He's got things going on. Mm-hmm. He wouldn't kill himself. So he's telling the cops that, and he's like, so the rest of the movie is him trying to figure out what happened to his brother.
Exactly.
Which, by the way, they have the funeral pretty quick after that. His fit for the funeral was fire. Am I wrong? He looked cool at the he shows up at the funeral after the funeral's going on, and he shows up late with a little king from a chessboard because they played chess together. Mm-hmm. And
I don't know if they set that up before he put it on there.
They did.
I'm like, were they? Oh, they did.
Yeah, they showed him playing. That was the thing. Is like they also showed you that, and they had a moment where like Christian ain't stupid.
Yeah.
Because like they were playing chess, he's like, you made a move. And he goes, yeah, it was my turn. And he goes, yeah, but it's a good move. So they're like, oh, he's not.
I must have blanked out.
Yeah, it's the first time they're in the room together.
Oh.
Right before the girlfriend shows up at the window. So that's the setup for the movie. He doesn't buy it, and he's going to start looking into shit.
Yes.
And after that, we can kind of go a little
quicker.
Well, not really. It's fun. People told me that they liked the way we did the last movie. It was fun. That we actually kind of went through it a little bit.
Yeah, because
especially if you haven't seen it.
Right.
Well, go ahead. So at this point, here's the major players. We got Brian, which is Christian Slater. You have Tina, who is Vin's girlfriend. You have, I don't know, it says his name's Al Lucero, but the cop, young detective cop.
Yep.
And you have Mr. Lawndale and Colonel Track.
And Mr. Track.
Colonel Track is
Colonel Track.
Is Tina's dad, and Ed Lawndale seems to be his business associate,
co-conspirator.
Yeah.
Because they have like this sweet ass house, the tracks do.
Sick house, such a cool house.
So there's definitely some shenanigans.
Yeah.
Oh,
they would have had money anyway, but they had a little extra money for sure.
Well, should I say what they were actually?
No, we'll get there.
Okay.
We'll get there.
Yeah,
it was the weight too much. The weight must have been too much.
Yeah.
If that's what,
too much.
Now I think about it. Because I was confused. I didn't really know what he had figured out. But anyway, Christian Slater, we'll just call him, what the fuck? I'm not calling him Brian. Christian Slater finds this piece of paper that Vin had put all the figures on where he figured it out. And
but then it was different language, remember?
Yeah, but he had all the figures on there too. All the numbers were on there still.
Okay.
He couldn't read what all the stuff was, but he saw he didn't know what it was, but he knew it was in Vietnamese. So he went so he goes to the hotel to see the situation, right? And he doesn't get it let in. But at that point, I don't know if that guy.
First he goes to a pool house.
Well, first he goes to Little Vietnam. He goes kind of where the store is.
Yeah.
And starts asking people if they can read the piece of paper.
And nobody wants to deal with him.
Well, and some of them couldn't really read it. And then they start calling people over. Yeah. And the third guy that gets to see it is the guy that killed Vin.
Yeah.
And he's like, oh shit. And he hands it back and he starts following Christian Slater leaves and he starts following. That's when he goes to the hotel. And this guy keeps following him.
And he's on his board.
He's skating around town. He's skateboarding around. He's a skateboarder.
He's
guys.
scooting.
Just we don't have to say that every time, Tara. Just assume Slater's on a board.
Yeah.
Christian Slater's a perfect skateboarder name, by the way.
Yeah.
Tony Hawk, Christian Slater.
Christian Slater.
Whew, damn. So so he pulls something where he follows him. He likes to grab at the back of cars and have him drag him along.
Move.
That has a name. I forget what it's called, but we've all made famous originally by
Marty McFly,
obviously.
Yeah.
In Back to the Future. But anyway, he's doing that. He loses the guy and then trails him by doing that. And then he goes in somewhere, and at that point, Christian gets in the back. And you find out he had climbed into the back of his car to see where he's headed. And he heads
because he was on the phone, being like, what the hell?
Yeah, he's on the phone.
Somebody knows what's going on.
Yeah.
And then he gets in his car at that time.
And they end up out in this field.
In the middle of nowhere.
Or a field, or I don't know if it's a field. It's like
it's like a vineyard almost.
Yeah, vineyard or a orchard of sorts. There's vineyard or an
trees
orchard.
And
one of the two. Orange orchard or wine vineyard. It's California, maybe. Who knows?
Mm-hmm.
And there's he hears voices. He's not sure whose voice, but he hears a couple names.
Yeah.
Bobby was one of them. And then so Bobby's there, and the other two guys, it's Mr. Lawndale and Colonel Track.
And the thing is, Bobby had put on a cassette tape. So it's preventing him from really hearing stuff. But he's kind of getting... What was
playing? I forgot.
It was, I don't remember, but it was
Was it like Tina Turner or something?
It was like a remake of Bob.
Oh, that's right. That's what it was.
Because it was like
in Vietnamese,
probably,
wasn't it?
Yes. Yeah.
It was a famous song. I can't remember what it was. I should have taken notes.
Yeah.
But anyway, there's a scuffle. He can't really hear what's going on, what names are being said, who it is exactly, but he has a pretty good guess. I think he knows Colonel Track's there. I think he hears that. And
I don't think so.
He just doesn't, whatever. It doesn't, I think they say his name. But regardless, Bobby gets shot and killed.
Oh, no. He doesn't know it's Colonel Track.
Oh, okay.
Because remember, he
figures it out later. He figures it out later.
He figures it out when he calls the number.
Yeah.
And then it says it's the...
And he doesn't know who the white guy is.
Video
For
store.
sure he doesn't know Mr. Lawndale yet. Because he discovers that later. So he kills him, and he lays in the back of the car, and then eventually when they leave, he gets out, and they throw the dead body in the trunk, and he gets out and then runs and skateboards for sure at some point.
And skates.
And brings the cops back, and the car's gone. And he's like, this is what's going on. He's talking to the detective. No one's buying his shit. No one's buying it.
You're just a freaking skateboarder.
Yeah, you're a skateboarder, burnout loser. But at the same time, he's buying it a little bit. He's buying. He's like, something doesn't add up.
Yeah.
He's like, this doesn't totally add up.
And he knew the name of the guy that got shot and killed because he heard him say his name.
Yes. So they look him up. So they, can you look him up? So they do. He has them look him up. But it comes back with nothing.
And they're like, oh, nothing's wrong.
Nothing on him.
Nothing on him.
So I don't exactly remember. So after that is when he needs to figure out more. That's when he tries, I think, to talk to Tina.
Well, that's when he goes and he starts looking up Bob. Whatever his last name is.
Right.
And he goes and starts visiting a bunch.
There's only two of them. Bob Dwin.
Yeah.
Bob Dwin.
Yes. And then at the second one, he goes in and the detective is there.
Because he was following up too.
Because
he knows something's fishy. They have a conversation. It was kind of pointless, but it happened. He's like,
I think that was like the most boring part.
Yeah, that's the part you could skip. It wasn't important. Yeah.
But he does steal some of his notes. Brian Christian steals some of the detective's notes.
What was on the notes? I don't remember.
Phone numbers.
Oh, and that's when he calls the number.
Yes,
that's when he calls the phone number and
video
it's the
store.
video store.
And he goes, what?
He goes, huh? And then he hangs up.
Yeah.
So then, is that when he decides to go talk to the girlfriend, Tina, finally?
Then he's like, yeah, I'm going to talk to the girlfriend.
So you can talk to the girlfriend. The girlfriend's like, I can't, because he just wants, I don't know why he didn't just say, hey, here's what's going on. Instead of having to she's like, I can't be seen with, I can't date, I can never date or hang out with a white guy, basically. Especially you burnout skateboarder.
Yeah.
So he's like, okay. So he goes home and he cuts his hair. Kinda
the tiniest bit.
Yeah, and slicks his hair back and puts on his brother's
clothes.
Sweaters and pants.
He takes out his dangly earring.
Takes off his gloves.
He is just
he's a
clean cut boy now.
Clean cut American boy.
He stops
blonde, dyed bleached hair.
He's can't skateboard anymore.
He looks so less cool, by the way. He was so cool. And then I was like, these.
And his friends are kind of like, what up, bro?
Yeah.
And he's
his
just
skater friends
not
who we
telling
haven't talked
him.
about much yet. He has got his skater buddies.
Yeah,
who
he's
are
got his
tight as
skater
thieves
buds.
with him.
Yeah.
He's like, what's up? He's like, I can't talk to you right now. I got this ain't my thing. And I'm like, what the fuck's going on?
Yeah. And they kind of are just like, whatever, bro.
Yeah. And he's, but that's so he can talk to get in good with Tina.
Yeah.
Instead of just saying,
can we talk a little bit about Tina?
Sure. First of all, we thought Tina was beautiful.
Tina was beautiful.
Tina was a beautiful girl.
But Tina sure as shit moved on from Vin quickly.
Holy
the second
shit.
She saw new and improved Brian, she's like, oh.
Well, are they together?
Oh, I don't know, Drew. I feel like.
Let's get there at the end.
Okay.
Let's get there at the end.
Okay.
So yeah, they're going.
But she was like, I feel like she saw Brian and went, oh, I'm going to see if we can go out on a date.
So Brian goes over to their place. He's allowed to come over. I might have skipped something. I don't know. Has he got, wait. Has he gone to the warehouse yet?
I think he's gone to
No, he doesn't. He doesn't. Nope, he hasn't gone to he has to go to the family's, he has to go to that party first. He hasn't gone to the warehouse yet. Because they're at some sort of fair or something.
Oh yeah, where she's serving food and her dad's talking.
Yeah, and her dad's there and he goes to their house, he meets the parents. He's clean cut, so they're cool with it.
Well,
so he's in. Well, the dad's.
He wanted to stay and ask questions, and the dad was like, "Why are you asking questions?"
Yeah, but he wasn't. It wasn't too. He didn't. He was like, "Eh," but then he was like, "Oh yeah," because he's like, "I just want to learn about Vietnam." He had a good line. I thought that was a good line.
Because he wanted to learn about where.
I want to learn about a little bit of the history about my brother. It was good. It was smart.
Mm-hmm.
So that they leave, and then at some point, and then the funny thing is this Los Angeles Rams hat. I had already been talking about this Los Angeles Rams hat because it was so. I was like, man, an OG Los Angeles Rams hat before they moved to St. Louis and then went back to LA. I was like, that's like a cool ass hat that the dad's wearing throughout the beginning of the movie.
He was wearing it throughout.
But so he goes to this party and he hears a voice and he realizes it was Mr. Lawndale. And he asks Tina, like, who's this fucking chode over here? Like, oh, that's Ed Lawndale, Mr. Lawndale. He owns whatever. He owns this. He has this warehouse.
Owns medical supply
ware. Yeah. And then he
and
realizes.
Then he went.
He realized that's at the top
that was
of the.
on the paper.
Yeah, he realized that's on the paper, which was like, duh.
Yeah.
Why wouldn't you try to figure out what that stood for right away? But then he did. Exactly. I guess he was trying, but he figured it out.
Yeah.
So he goes to the warehouse. Fucking
pro.
Full fucking he goes skating up to it, climbs up to the rooftop.
Yep.
Real smooth, real slick. I think he skateboarded on there for a second. I don't even know. Probably. Oh no, he skateboards inside. He drops down inside of this warehouse, skateboards, sees the sensor, ducks under, like, oop.
Ducks it.
Like, no problems here for this guy. And
then he uses a skateboard to bust open one of the crates, and guess what's in it?
Yeah, guess what's in it?
Guns. Major guns. Big old guns.
Well, we saw, to be fair, we saw like the front end of a gun.
Yeah.
I don't know what kind of gun it was. It was probably like an AK-47. That's what I'm throwing out there. Throwing out AK-47. So there's guns that's what they're smuggling is guns. That's what the whole thing's about. That's what they're hiding. That's what they're making all the dough off is guns. Mm-hmm. He's like, holy shit. And then basically they know that, and then the next scene is them going like, somebody fucking broke in.
Someone broke in.
And they know, but they didn't take anything. So they just know.
No.
So that's the point we're at. So now it's kind of like gets to the end of the movie pretty quick here. Not pretty quick, but we don't have to go through as much explaining. I don't know actually what happens next. Does he blow up?
Well, then he goes and blows it up. And I don't know why he does that. Is he trying to get people to look and see what's in there?
Yeah, probably. Well, he does it to try to remember he drops the hat. It makes it. Well, there's a point where he steals the dad's hat, Colonel Track's hat. He's in the house for like a night. And he's like, I gotta go to the bathroom. He sneaks into like the den, and he takes the hat and he takes a lighter, which is such a funny way to get to where they get. Because I thought it was gonna be a bigger deal. And takes a Zippo lighter.
Yeah.
And so anyway, he takes gas. He siphons gas out of a car and puts that in. And makes like a Molotov cocktail and pushes it on a skateboard.
But that whole scene is
so good.
At this point, they know that someone came in, so they got security.
Yep, with a security trailer and everything.
He maneuvers that so perfectly.
He's like on his belly on the skateboard,
and it's so.
All of a sudden, he just comes like scooting in.
Yeah, it's like it's like a empty scene with just scenery, and then all of a sudden he comes
laying on his belly on a skateboard,
going underneath the trailer that the security's in.
Yeah, and then he starts throwing fireworks.
To get him back there.
To get him back inside the trailer so that he can lock it and push it away. He pushes it away so they're not going to get blown up. He doesn't want to kill him.
No.
And then he puts a bomb basically on a skateboard and pushes it under a propane tank and it blows up instantly. It was awesome.
It was so good.
And throws the father's hat down. Basically, it's almost like to frame him, it feels like.
Yeah. Yeah. Because the guy's like, oh, I know this
whose
hat.
Fucking hat this is.
There's only one of these in all of LA, and
an LA Rams hat that everyone back when they made like one hat, not 8,000 hats. It was pretty fucking funny. There was a couple things like that were very LA. How cool were the Pizza Hut trucks?
Oh my god! I said I gotta make sure that I bring up the Pizza Hut trucks.
We'll talk about it.
Awesome.
We'll talk about it when we get to that last scene. Actually, Pizza Hut truck
last scene.
So. I don't know exactly what happens next. Do you? Oh, the next scene is them. I don't know if it's the next scene, but it's the next important scene. Is I think them at the house.
Who's them?
I think there's another interaction with the cops again. There's a couple more interactions with the detective we didn't talk about where he's like, "Look, all your stuff didn't check. Like we checked into it. It all checked out clean." Sort of thing.
He's like, no.
And then I think he's like, I know you blew that shit up. Basically.
And he's like, what are you talking about? He goes, it's raining out after he was just in the rain watching everything go down. That
was a good line. We were like, it rained. He goes, it rained.
Yeah, it rained.
As he walked out of the house.
Yeah.
That was awesome. That was a good line from him. But yeah, so.
he give you Snake Shooter vibes at all?
Always.
I was getting
anyone
so
like
many
that.
Snake Shooter.
Actually, the thing I thought, I'm like, man, people used to dress. People dress. That's a shitty way to dress. He dresses cool. It made me think of Jake Shooter because Jake Shooter just dresses to his own tune.
Yep.
Kelly Shooter, by the way, let's get it right.
Yep.
Kelly Shooter's dressed like that. Oh, you said Snake Shooter.
Yeah.
Still Snake. Always will be Snake.
Always Snake.
What was I saying? Oh, so they have this thing. So we're just gonna jump ahead because I don't think we're missing anything important. So they're Lawndale. Well, I'm sorry. There is a chase at one point that we did skip over where that's why he has another run-in with the cops. There's a Christian Slater gets chased by 3 motorcycles. We skipped that.
Oh
part.
yeah.
I don't remember when that happens. I think it happened before. I think that happened before the explosion. I don't remember. Doesn't matter. It's a cross city fucking chase by 3 motorcycles chasing Christian Slater around
on a skateboard. He's like grabbing cars. He's flipping around. He's like going down hills at top speed. He puts his gloves on to make sure it's going to be slick. And then, and then at that point, that's when he has again. The 2 of the guys get caught, and they are not. There's one cop that speaks Vietnamese, and they don't know it's a white guy, and they give it away. Yeah.
They give something away, Mr. Lawndale's name away.
Yeah.
So I think they're like, oh, we're going to go to Mr. Something happens there. I don't remember exactly. It doesn't matter. I think we'll just go to jump to this last kind of bit. I think, right?
Yeah.
Christian has him in skateboarding, but he hits up his buddy who, for some reason, his bedroom is in a fucking bomb shelter in the backyard of his, which is awesome. It's cool.
Which is so cool.
I didn't know it was his bedroom until then.
I know. I said he was my favorite character just because he was always a good friend.
Yeah, he was a good friend. But he goes to him because he makes skateboards. Yeah.
He makes skateboards, and his name's Yabo. And I love when he goes, he goes and he's like, no, the black wheels. And he's like, the black wheels are for speed. And he's like, yeah.
Well, okay, we do actually have to talk about Yabo. And the first time we end up in, I think it's the first time we end up in the bomb shelter is when the only time Gleaming the Cube is mentioned, and it's just glossed over. He didn't even say Gleaming the Cube. It said something like, that's when you gleam the cube or something like that. I wish I had the exact line, but Christian Slater barely even reacted to it.
Yeah.
I thought it was going to be something they'd really talk about, but they barely mentioned it. It was such a throwaway line. And he kind of mumbled through it, Miranda and I were saying. It's like, you barely could understand what he said. Mm-hmm. It was weird. So maybe get that Gleaming the Cube thing and hit it a little harder. But he makes him this really, it looks like a pretty badass skateboard. It's
and he made it so quickly.
He made it fast. He put it he just needed to put a deck. It's not hard to make a skateboard tear. It takes about 2 seconds. If you already have the board, because they just have boards and trucks around. So basically his plan, then he comes up with a plan with all they call all the other skateboarders up. They call Tony Hawk up, and they're so pointless to this scene. I
know. It's so pointless. My whole
they do
thing
nothing.
Is Brian's plan was
not a plan.
I'm very confused about it. It was
Brian's
so bad.
plan got Colonel Track.
Yes, that's what I said. Brian, his plan, I don't know what is diving into their
so he skates
window.
He skates to the Colonel's house. Let's set this up. There's skates to Colonel's house, and Mr. Lawndale and Track are arguing we gotta.
Yes.
He's like, you can't.
He's like, we have to kill Brian.
He's like, well, no. He's like, my daughter knows too. What are we gonna do? Kill her? And then she walks in, and he grabs her and pulls a gun to her head. It's like, I guess he's willing to kill her too.
Yep.
So they're kind of trying to set up Colonel Track's not that bad of a guy, but he's a bad guy.
It's like he just got
mixed up with the wrong guy type of thing. But so anyway, Christian Slater's watching this all happen.
Yeah.
And how about when he drops down and skates down the side of that little tiny ramp right when he first jumps in from the wall for no reason? You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
And he basically skates while this is all happening, and he does a sick move and crashes through the window. It was a really cool. I had actually just noticed how cool the window was because they showed it as this beautiful, full wall window
Yeah.
With like a diagonal cut in it. It was really cool. And like crashes through the window. And when that happens, Mr. Lawndale shoots Colonel Track. And it's pretty intense.
Yeah.
He like runs away and he's like,
yeah, he's like, and then his wife is like, because they had moved from Vietnam, and she's like, no more war, like no more, like none of this. And then all of a sudden she's like, somebody help.
Yeah, that was his whole thing. Colonel Track was acting like he was doing it for the cause. So I don't know if he was like sending guns to Vietnam for like regular folk was what he was trying to say, but they were really doing it to make money.
Yeah.
So he gets shot, and we don't know what's going on with him. He's shot.
No.
Lawndale takes...
And at the same time that's happening, the police officer gets there.
He pulls up because he figured out to go there because...
Yeah. Because of the guys that were because of the guys.
Yeah, they said Mr. Lawndale. Yep.
Yeah.
So that was kind of going on at the same time. They were interrogating them and not getting anything until they slipped up and said something in Vietnamese, and then one guy knew what it was.
Yeah. And
he runs over there. And so as he pulls up...
he's in the house. He goes in the house.
Yeah. But he pulls up and parks behind all the cars.
Yeah.
So
and
Lawndale runs out with
like a real dope.
Yeah, Lawndale runs out with Tina, and kidnaps her, like takes him with her as like a hostage in there. And then another
Who's
car
the guy
chase.
that's driving? Is it one of Lawndale's guys? No, it's the Vietnamese guy. And he's a real bad driver. He's like,
It must have been the guy. It must have been the third motorcycle guy.
That
didn't get caught.
Yes.
So they're driving. It's another chase where they're driving the cop car, and Christian Slater's chasing them around on a fucking skateboard, obviously.
Well, no. First, he's with the detective in a car.
Oh yeah, in a car, and then they get. That chase goes on in the cars for a little while.
This is a long ass chase scene. It got
it's like 20 minutes,
long.
last 20 minutes of the movie.
Yeah,
they're chasing around, and it's a good chase. I thought it was a really good, well done chase.
Yeah,
and then
they get like stuck. So Christian, his door,
they like go into a parking lot. They go into like a parking lot, and they basically use that as an excuse to break the door off. But they didn't even use it cool.
No, well, then he was like, I gotta go, and he jumped out of the car.
They get caught at like a stoplight, and I thought they were gonna use it like cool, where he like, whoosh, like they must have planned that, and like this is not safe. But the plan, I think, was clearly to have him driving next to the car, holding on without the door on, and then just kind of whoosh. Though he did do the thing where he went underneath
the truck.
He does that later though. Hold on.
Yeah,
you're right. Oh my god! So he leaves that one and basically goes up to and for no reason, he just runs away.
No, it was for a reason.
No reason to not have a door. He could have done that without a door. Like they should have didn't even use it to their advantage, having no door on the side of that car. It was silly. So they're chasing him, and then at one point right before that, they go over there. They're coming over this hill, and then who's coming over the hill? The rest of the guys on skateboards.
Yeah,
and then they do
because the guy starts saying the detective. There's a car phone and he calls for backup or whatever.
Yes.
And
this made no sense.
And then Christian Slater calls his friends and says that he's got his team and you got your team.
Yeah, and he goes, they're heading this way. He's like, they're on this street right now. And then and then they do continue the car chase and go all over the place. And then they just randomly are on a hill, like come over this hill. How did they get to the right street? They didn't know they're on it. It's not the street he told them.
No.
So they just come over the hill. Basically, nothing happens from that.
No.
They're just kind of there. And I think the car just has to turn around, basically.
Yeah, because they were playing chicken, and then...
Yeah.
And then they... I'm trying to think, does the Vietnamese man get out of the car then?
No, they like crash at some point. No,
he
doesn't.
But
I don't know. He doesn't get.
But maybe. I feel like at the end, Ed's driving.
No, I don't think so. I think they're both in the back seat. I don't know. It doesn't matter. It's really not important to what happens. I don't remember. You're not gonna. You think
well, I know. Then they get onto the freeway, and as they're getting on, they hit a guy in a Corvette.
Yeah.
And he gets pissed.
Yeah.
And Christian Slater's like, that's not actually a police officer. He's like, no shit. He's like, get after him. So Christian then holds on to the Corvette while he's driving on the freeway trying to get it.
Awesome. And then so they're kind of chasing the car. It's going, and then at that point, and then he sees his buddies pull up in the truck, the Pizza Hut truck. They're all in the Pizza Hut truck. And they're on the other side of a semi truck, and he lets go of the Corvette, says peace to the guy.
He says, thanks for the ride.
Yeah. And then goes underneath the Corvette. Sick. And
super sick.
Or it goes not underneath the Corvette, goes underneath the 18-wheeler.
Yep.
And grabs and gets to the Pizza Hut truck.
But just is holding on to that. He doesn't jump in. He's just getting a ride from them now.
Yeah. And then shortly after that, something happens where the car crashes. I don't remember how that happens.
I think the other detective comes into play again.
There's the other car shows up and they crash, but he gets because they're all there and he's gonna try to shoot him, but he doesn't want to. They're like they're like they're like trying to run through like a little
because he still has Tina and has a gun to her.
Has a gun to her still. So he doesn't try to shoot him, and then here comes fucking Christian Slater still being pulled by the truck, hits some sort of like, I don't know, wall fence thing, and flies through the air.
Does like a little grind on it, and then and hits him in the face with it.
Yeah, hits Mr. Longdale in the head, knocks the gun out of his hands, knocks him over, saves the fucking day.
Yep.
Tina and him definitely 69 that night.
Definitely. In honor.
And that's pretty much the end of the movie, I'd say. What happens after that?
Then he goes, what happened to your dad? And she just kind of looks.
Not right then. Later, he's at the hospital because he's hurt because he got hurt because he got a little face burn.
Yeah, he got
it looked like a bullet, like a gunshot. I thought he got shot in the face at first.
Yeah.
And he's like, what happened to your dad? And she makes a face.
She's like,
implied that he died.
Yeah.
Daddy dead. And then they're just hanging out after that. He kind of I don't know if anything I don't know if there's like a little thing like, oh, he's back in school doing his thing.
Nope, I don't think so.
Something like that. And that was Gleaming the Cube. We kind of did it without doing any. We've already 51 minutes in when we didn't talk any categories. Let's do categories as fast as we can.
Okay.
We should have done them as we went.
I know. Iconic moment. I said it was when Brian goes to the medical supply store the second time and he starts the fire.
Yeah, that's the iconic moment.
Funny. Or just,
I'm not anti that. I don't know what it was. I don't know what the big thing was that they used in the trailer and stuff like that. But if I had to guess, it was probably something to do with him skateboarding.
Well, let's see.
What?
I don't know if it was one of my categories, but when he angry skateboards and
oh yes, we fucking skipped that. Where it was just the Footloose scene, but with the skateboard.
The Footloose scene with the skateboard.
Yeah, we don't even have to do fuck the categories.
Yeah,
the Footloose scene with the skateboard, Tara. And when they would show him he was the one doing the fancy tricks, and it was just him basically
him kind of
with his arms in the air going whoop de whoop de whoop. It was fucking insane.
So funny.
It was so funny. Yeah, I don't know how we skipped. I wanted to talk about that so much.
I know.
Angry dance. He basically
it was the angry dance in the barn or warehouse, but it was angry skate in a warehouse.
Yeah, but it was more of an This was more like a city warehouse, and the other one was more of
this was an LA
country warehouse, if you will. It was so fucking funny though. When they do the parts where it was the guy doing the because they would do obviously when he would do far away stuff where he was skating around that city and stuff like that and going over jumps, and it was far away and it's just a dude wearing a wig. But for this one it was stuff where it was just doing tricks in place, flipping it and spinning it and just in place, almost doing a little dance basically with his skateboard. They would obviously it wasn't him when they'd show it far away, but then they'd do a close-up of him doing it from nipples up, and he just had his arms in the air and was bleep bloop 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 and spinning, and it was so fucking stupid. That's the most iconic moment.
It was so good.
All right, we can do categories though. But yes, we did need to talk about that.
Most of it,
we'll just be faster about it.
I said my favorite character was Yabo because he was a good friend, and he helped Brian out with his new board.
Mine was
Brian.
I did like Yabo. I kind of like the detective because he was doing it. He's like, I don't have anything, but he still kept he kept his ear ahead in the game though. I kind of liked him.
Yeah,
the detective. Christian Slater's like obvious, but what?
Least favorite character? I said Tina because she dated Vin, and then in no time she was like all about Brian, and I just
grief does things to you, T. Grief does things to you. My least favorite character was Bobby. What a piece of shit.
Oh my God, Bobby
sucked before he killed Vin. Bobby sucked before he killed Vin.
Yeah.
And he sucked till he died.
You're right.
Himself.
Bobby's the freaking worst.
Bobby sucked.
He did suck. I take it back. Bobby. Awful.
Next.
And I hate it. Most boring moment. I think we talked about it.
There's a scene where they go and they have a conversation in Bobby's house, but it doesn't really go anywhere except for he did get the phone number. Yeah. They didn't need to have the conversation there. He could have just got that number.
Yeah.
Somehow be in there, and that would have worked for me.
The sexy moment, there really wasn't. I said when Christian Slater took a shower, because it just wasn't a sexy movie at all.
Sexy moment?
Or I said him being awesome at boarding because that's hot.
Yeah, just him boarding was sexy. Mm-hmm. Sexy boarding around there. Being a bad boy.
Most entertaining moment, I said the angry skate second time at the medical supply store.
The heist part, yeah.
Yep,
or when he blew it up.
Yep, and then the end of the chase scene when he's on the freeway and goes under the truck.
Yeah, there's a lot of good stuff in it.
And then I said also when he hits the guy in the face with his board and saves the day.
Yeah, there's a lot of good stuff in it. It's a good movie.
Hero, Brian. Villain, Ed.
Yeah, it's not, for sure the hero is Brian.
Yeah.
Because even though, he could have, in the end, he did everything. Even though the detective got involved.
He wasn't going to let his brother...
He was never going to let his brother die, go down as a suicidal kid.
Exactly.
Fuck that.
Because he knew.
Because he knew the truth. The bad guy was obviously Mr. Lawndale.
Yeah. The message... Don't judge a book by its cover.
No.
You're always better at messages.
I think the message of this movie was stick to your guns. Believe in your gut. Trust your gut.
Trust your gut.
Trust your gut. Stick to your guns. Both of those things combined. And also to gleam the cube. Gleaming the cube.
I said my rating is a solid Gleaming the Cube, pushing your limits to the edge.
Oh, wow. I rated it as sick.
Sick.
This movie was sick. What do you rate this movie? Sick. I think that's the perfect rating for it. Sick. So that's Gleaming the Cube, guys. You basically just watched it with us. We talked about it for a long time.
Yeah, we basically...
That's the most we've ever broken down a movie. But it was we both had fun watching it, clearly. Yeah. We should just watch Gleaming the Cube. It's funny just to see some of the stuff in it.
Just watch it.
Maybe don't watch it this week. Maybe watch it in 6 months. We forgot some of the shit we said. Put it on your reminder. Put a reminder in your calendar on your phone to bleep you in 6 months. Watch Gleaming the Cube. Hopefully it's still free on Prime in 6 months.
I'm sure it will be.
Maybe. That shit goes away and comes back.
But it's worth
it's worth the $3 it'll end up costing. $2, $2.99 probably.
It's worth it.
Tara.
Drew.
You ready for some 69 action? I didn't mean to say it to you like that. Tara, are you ready for some countdown? We got to do our actual countdown to 69 now. I got a couple 69 things. Did you get you have a couple things for it? For episode 66? You weren't what?
I have some stuff about in 1969.
Again? I told you we're saving that.
Oh.
For the 69th episode.
I forgot. I have 169 thing.
That's fine. You can give me 1969 thing.
Okay.
From the year. But then what happened in 1969, Tara?
The moon landing.
Fuck, that's good. That's good.
And I'm pretty sure it's a full moon tonight or tomorrow.
That's very good, Tara. 1969, the moon supposedly was landed on.
Yeah.
Do we know, Tara? Can I tell you something? I'm not a conspiracy theory guy. I'm not a conspiracy theory guy. I'm going to throw it out there. But sometimes the moon is the one I'm like, I don't know.
Sure.
Compelling. Why don't we go back?
Because have we been back?
Why don't we go back? And then I see little things like, why does that look so... Like there's like when you see pictures of the thing, like, that looks like a piece of shit. Do I really believe they got that thing to the moon? I don't know that I do. I think the world is round.
I do too.
But I'm not positive we were to the moon. I might believe that one, I've decided.
All right. I mean, it's possible.
It's possible. So in 1969, either A, we landed on the moon, or B, this conspiracy theory began. The conspiracy. The greatest lie in man history.
The greatest lie.
There's probably bigger lies. That's the thing. There's definitely big ass lies that we don't know about.
Yeah. This was like a big...
But this is one I feel like could be true. I feel like maybe it didn't happen. Now, it's the one, a lot of the things I'm like, no. Because there's like science involved, but like this is like, maybe they could fake. It's so like when you look back at like, I'd have to go watch it.
Yeah.
I'd have to see. I'm like, because all I see is a cherry picked bullshit. Like, what about this? I'm like, well, let me see the real shit. How did they fake this, and this? Because they do that for like the space people now that are in space. They're like, this is look at this thing. I'm like, well, that's pretty explainable. It looks like that's not really. That kind of looks like what you're saying, but I don't believe that's what's going on. So the moon landing.
Yep.
1969. I like it, Terry. I got a couple.
Do you have any
69s?
Things.
Yeah, I got some 69 stuff. Hold on. Because we got
in
a lot
the summer.
We got a lot of 69. We're not going to do a ton of 69 stuff because we got a couple other things to do.
Yeah, we got a lot to do.
But Tara, 69 years ago was 1954.
Ooh.
Did you know that?
No.
I'm not going through birthdays. People are born in 1954. I'm saving that for the big show, the 69 show. People that are 69 years old right now.
Ooh. God
bless. So that's people born in 1954. But hold on here. Where's my 1954 thing? Hold on, Terry. Vamp. Or do you have another 69 thing?
Guinness World Record of biggest bass plate had 69 strings.
Whoa. The biggest what?
Bass. 69 strings.
Sick.
Yep.
Sick.
Boom, boom, boom,
boom.
Oh,
here it is.
Boom, 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 boom. Bass.
Bass. And this day in 1969, July 3rd, 1954, 69 years ago, Babe Didrikson wins a record 12 strokes at the U.S. Women's Golf. U.S. Open for women.
Nice.
Women's tennis, same day. Wimbledon tennis and U.S. Open are going on the same day, I guess. Women couldn't have separate days. For women, Maureen Connolly wins her third consecutive Wimbledon singles title.
I wonder if she
famous deaths on this date. Siegfried Handels refers in, a German physician. I don't know. I keep saying in 1954, 69 years ago today. The number one song in the world was Cara Mia by Dave Winfield. I looked it up. It sucked. And I'm not going to play it for you. There was a movie. I lost the movie. There was a movie out, but it had Rock Hudson in it. It was like this courtroom drama. Was the number one movie in the world on July 3rd, 1954, 69 years ago. Now, that was a little boring thing. So I came up with something else for our countdown to 69. Countdown to 69.
69.
69. Fucking idiots. Where's my note? Where's my notes app? There it is. Tara, what do you think? It's a question for you. What do you think would be the most impressive thing? I'm going to give you some options.
Oh, God. Okay.
That you could eat 69 of?
Oh, that's a really good
What is the most
question.
impressive thing you think you could eat 69 of? Tara, do you think you could eat 69 tater tots?
Yes.
Yes, me too. Tara, do you think you could eat 69 grapes?
Yes.
Yes, me too. Do you think you could eat 69 hot dogs?
No.
In honor of the Nathan's hot dog eating contest tomorrow.
Yeah.
The world record's like 72 or 75 or something like that. 75 maybe. No. Last year, Joey Chestnut only did 63 and won it. So 69. I'm not saying in 10 minutes, but how about in the course of a day? Could you eat 69 hot dogs?
No.
Okay. I think I could. Maybe not. Yeah.
That's so many hot dogs.
24 hours? If you give me 24 hours, do I get 24 hours?
Sure.
My game, you get 29. How about 69 hamburgers?
No.
I agree. I don't think I could do that. How about 69 frozen waffles?
In a day?
Yeah. 12 hours.
12 hours.
Just 69.
No.
In considered it as a one sitting thing.
No.
69. Okay. How about 69 Thin Mints?
Yes.
Me too. That's a lot though. How many do you think are in a box? How many do you think are in a box? About 40? Yeah, I could do 69. No problem.
Yeah. No problem.
Each one of those sleeves probably has
like 20
in there. Not 20 in each sleeve, but at least 10.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's an easy one. How about 69 American cheese slices, Kraft singles?
No.
I could. What? Easily you could. Just because you don't like them?
I would get
How about
sick.
a different cheese? Just a slice of cheddar?
No.
Okay. I could. Actually, I could eat the hamburgers too. I could eat, Tara, 69 hamburgers?
No.
I could. 69 jelly beans? I want an easy one. I could eat 69 jelly beans, sure. You said you could eat 69 jelly beans here?
Most definitely.
How about 69 Oreos?
Yes.
Yeah, me too. Shrimp? 69 shrimp?
Yes.
Yeah, I think so too. How about 69 hard-boiled eggs?
No.
Yeah, that'd be hard.
Ugh.
But I could do it. 69 bananas?
No.
I could do it.
That's so
69
many bananas.
Snickers. Regular size Snickers.
No.
69 fun size Snickers.
Yes.
Okay. My last one I have is 69 marshmallows.
Maybe not fun size. Maybe
the tiny
small ones, the mini ones.
Minis. 69 Snickers minis. Okay.
Yeah.
I could do all of them. 69 marshmallows.
Yeah.
You could eat 69 marshmallows?
I think so.
I could too.
Like mini marshmallows or big ones? Both. I can do
Okay,
both.
mini. You could easily eat 69. No problem. But 69 puffed ones? Hell yeah.
Yeah.
69. How many do you think are in a bag? About 50?
20?
100? 20? You're an
Not
idiot.
That many.
Sometimes I think you're an idiot. 20.
I don't know.
There's more than 20.
30?
They have these stuffed ones now, Tara, that have
I've
filled
had
with
them.
They sucked.
They suck.
They sucked. Maybe I
They're
have to.
so bad.
I'm sorry, I'm yelling. I think I didn't melt. I think
no.
You can't
If you melt them, they're good.
Did you do that?
I've had them melted on like a s'more,
Graham
and I was like,
cracker?
"Oh, this is how it works."
Yeah, because I figured it has to be melted. Because in the middle when it was just chocolate, I was like, this sucks.
This is the worst.
It was gross.
Yeah,
but it doesn't even tell you. But it doesn't tell you to do that either.
No,
like on the package, I'm like, should I be heating this up? I'm like, no.
I was really excited about them. Like, oh, I'm just gonna eat these like a treat.
What flavor was it?
I didn't remember. I think
mine was like cinnamon toast crunch.
I think mine was like a s'more.
Mine was like a cinnamon toast,
a s'more flavor,
like a Cinnabon cinnamon toast crunch middle.
Ugh.
And it just was like, I'd rather eat these two things solo because I didn't hate the taste of it. It just was weird in the middle of the marshmallow. But I should have melted it.
Yep,
should have melted it. But do you have an answer to that question?
What was your question?
What would be the most impressive thing you could eat 69 of? I gave you a bunch of options. I would be most impressed if you ate the ones you claimed you could. I think if you ate 69 Oreos, I'd be pretty impressed. That's a lot of Oreos.
Yeah.
That's like over 2 packs of Oreos, probably.
Maybe 69 shrimp.
Yeah.
Because
is that impressive? Is that impressive?
I don't know.
Like, I was trying to think of things that were like hard to eat 69 of, or like, but feasible. Like 69 hamburgers or hot dogs is crazy.
What about 69 ice cream cones?
No. That'd be harder to eat than 69 hot dogs.
69.
Could you eat 69 Mr. Freezes?
Yeah.
69, for you those don't know, 69, what are they, freeze pops?
Yeah.
Cool. That was fun. What do you got for me?
So today is
we have America.
I know. And I struggled with it. Today is American Redneck Day, so I was just wondering if you could tell me your best redneck joke.
Best
or
redneck
make one up.
Joke.
Make one up.
I don't have a redneck. To
To
me, that seems like it'd be a racist joke.
No.
Like about
it's
being
like
a redneck?
You might be a redneck.
You might be a you mean literally might be a redneck joke? I don't know any.
Yeah. Make one up.
Oh my God.
I thought about it and I like.
You ever? Okay. All right. Let me think quick. Have you ever stopped drinking beer because there's a trans lady on it? You might be a redneck. If you put your beer down because the person on it wasn't born with the parts you believe that belong on them, you might be a redneck. If you ever go to Target and you see all the colors of the rainbow and you think, I'd rather kill myself than shop here, you might be a redneck. How about that?
Those are good. Want to hear one of mine?
Yeah.
If you're proud of the number of DUIs you have, you might be a redneck.
That's pretty good. That one's actually pretty good. That was pretty good. If you have
more Trump signs and flags than teeth, you might be a redneck.
Wow. We need to we can't just make it all like that. Hold on. The DUI one was good. That one was good too, but hold on. Not all rednecks are Trumpers though, so I got to come up with something.
Yours were good.
They were
Yours
good.
Too were good.
I don't know that they were jokes though. It was just more of a comment on fuck faces.
Mm-hmm.
If you ever
If your whole personality is your guns, you might be a redneck.
Not good. I mean, I get what you're saying, but I don't know. You gotta make it. You gotta channel that, but make it less like on the nose. Like if you only like guns, you gotta be like, if you ever fell asleep and woke up. If you ever fell asleep on the couch and woke up because someone was poking you in the ass and it was your AK-47,
That was a good one.
I mean, it wasn't great, but like it has to be more like that.
Yeah.
It's like, oh yeah, you would have a gun. If your baby if your 2-year-old can recite the entire Pledge of Allegiance, these are so bad.
I know, but I think Jeff might like them.
If your dog's named after a Confederate general, I'm turning red from my bit.
Good.
I'm trying to think of more. I can't think of it. That was good. That's good. Then we'll move on.
I only have one other quick one.
Oh,
but we don't have to do it. Oh yeah, let's do our list. It's not even interesting.
All right. What is it? I decide if it's interesting.
I said it's National Chocolate Wafer Day.
Nice.
F, marry, kill, Kit Kat, Nutty Bars, or Fudge Stripes.
Whew, that's tough. Marry, fuck, kill. Marry, F, kill. Marry, fuck, kill. Marry, F, kill. Kit Kat. Just a regular Kit Kat, not a big cat. Big cat.
Just a regular.
Kit Kat. I'm gonna marry the Kit Kat. It's you gotta. It's a sophisticated treat. Fudge Stripe. I guess Fudge Stripe's really close to a Kit Kat. I do love them. I guess I'm killing it though.
Okay.
And I'm taking that nutty bar down to the base. If you've ever put your penis inside a nutter bar, you might be a redneck.
I think I liked your dog one the best.
That one was good. You're right.
It was good.
If your dog is named Lee, you might be a redneck.
After
you don't have to say it. They get it.
Okay.
If your dog is named Lee and you ain't related to nobody named Lee, then you might be a redneck. I feel like I'd be a damn good redneck. Mm-hmm. The way I talk, not the way I think. I mean, I do have a mullet right now.
And a missing tooth.
Fuck. Fuck. So when okay,
you might be a redneck.
Drew might be a redneck. Let's jump onto our fucking list here.
Okay, I thought this was gonna be easier.
It was easy. Most people, we got to go fast though because we got emails too.
Oh shit!
It's gonna be a long episode. It's gonna be a long episode. Two-parter. You guys pause it now and then listen to the other half
tomorrow.
10 minutes. 10 minutes from now. Okay, Tara. My thing was I didn't know exactly what to do.
I didn't either
because it was like I didn't want to do like to me it was like so this is our top 3 plus. Things. No, I didn't. This is our top. That's not what it's supposed to be. It's supposed to be like sayings that people know. This top 3 plus sayings, phrases of yours that you really like. And this is our top 3 plus.
I'm gonna have you start just to see
if
I'm way off. No, to see if I'm way off.
No, so like no, I'm just gonna say it. My number. I was gonna take this off the board, but I'm just gonna put it right here. My favorite phrase. It's 69. 69. 69 is my number. How many you got? I got 8.
I have a lot of different ones that I have to figure out. I struggled.
Well,
I was thinking about it last night. Oh,
let's go. You're up. Just start naming them. 69 is good though, right?
Yeah, I like it.
It's a great phrase. It's a top tier phrase.
Mine is.
Spit it out.
Is where'd it go?
Holy shit.
Nobody puts baby in the corner. Nobody puts baby in the corner.
She just did movie quotes? Did you just do movie quotes? How many of yours are movie quotes?
2.
Okay, that's not all of them. But it
might not use one of them.
Nobody puts baby in the corner is one of your favorite phrases or sayings.
I don't know. I'm going to... That's
just a quote. That's just a quote.
I know. Okay, I'll do something else.
You're sitting there, something happens like, nobody puts baby, nobody puts baby in the corner.
Drew, mine sucks so bad.
These are things that might be said just as a thing you'd say in the world.
Okay, how about if you...
I mean, you could use that technically.
If you scratch our back, we'll scratch yours. The funny
you like
thing
that saying?
Is, I'm not done yet. The funny thing about my back is it's located on my cock.
So you had a saying, right? So you had a saying, correct? You had a saying there, right? That's a saying.
Yeah.
And then you added a quote at the end of it.
So bad. Drew, I might not have a one.
You want to keep that first one there?
How about...
I think everyone else, from the little bits of the clips I saw the emails, like, well, the 1 or 2 I saw, I think people got it right. Maybe not you, though.
How about when you mess with a bull, you get the horns?
You like that?
I kind of do.
Okay, that's your first one. The other 2 aren't. We'll give you I scratch your back, you scratch mine without the ending.
But I like the
It's not really a saying. Too bad. My number 2, I've been saying all day, sick. Just saying something sick. That's sick. 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 69 and sick is a good list so far.
Oh, God.
It doesn't have to be something you say. I got some here. Some of them I say a lot.
Okay.
Some of them I don't say very often. What do you got next? If these next 2 are bad, you're done. And I'm just going to read my list.
My next one is sleep tight. Don't let the bed bugs bite.
That's excellent. That's a saying.
It is a saying.
That's a turn of phrase. You did it.
How many are we doing?
I'm reading all mine. So
okay.
I have one that's not actually on this. I put at the bottom is like, because I thought we'd have some like you would have done better. It could have been like some honorable mentions. So one of them that is not technically on my list, but I was gonna be like, oh, that's fun. Is me likey. Me likey.
Me likey.
Me likey a lot.
I sucked. Oh my God.
I have one quote. I will say that. Technically 2 quotes. You'll see what I'm saying.
Slow-mo Joe.
Slow-mo Joe's good. Mm-hmm. Slow-mo Joe is good.
That might be my number 1. I say it all the time.
I like Slow-mo Joe. Okay, Slow-mo Joe. Mm-hmm. Slow-mo Joe. Think there's anything fucking weird behind that we don't know? Like it's something
I think it's
cancelable
our family
that we
thing.
don't know about?
I don't think so.
I don't know.
Slow motion Joe is basically what it is.
Sure.
They're going slow.
What if it originally meant like someone was slow in the head, Slow-mo Joe like that? You never know. I would say if someone said that to me, I'd say my next phrase would be, get over it.
Get over it.
I say get over it a lot. I say get over it. Get over it. Move along. Get over it. What do you think?
I like it.
Yeah. That's what a saying is.
Okay.
That's a phrase. What else you got?
I kind of like eat a bag of dicks.
Eat a bag of dicks.
Is that one?
It is, technically, yes. They all technically are. Eat a bag of dicks. I'm not totally mad at it.
Or
not totally mad
at
it. Fuck off was my next one.
Oh, I like
fuck off is definitely a saying. Fuck off.
Is.
It's a phrase. Fuck off.
It's a good
fuck
one.
Off. So you have fuck off? You went 2 in a row. You took fuck off from me, but whatever.
No,
I'll do my... Huh?
It's yours.
No, you took it. It's fine.
We can
it doesn't
both
matter.
have it.
Tara, yours are so shitty. I need to give you some. My next one is give it a rest. I like it. I don't use it. I don't ever use it, but I like it. Give it a rest. Sounds great. That's what I'm saying. I was trying to think of more like that. Where it's like when someone says, I'm like, that sounds cool. When you say give it a rest. Give it a rest. I say get over it. Where someone else might say give it a rest.
And I say fuck off.
Tara says fuck off because she's not very learned.
Yeah. I would say my next one is whatever.
Whatever. Okay. That's a good one.
Whatever.
That's a good one. That's a good saying. I like that one. Whatever. My next one is a slogan, but I say it all the time for all sorts of shit. It ain't easy being cheesy.
Cheesy?
It ain't easy being cheesy. It ain't easy being cheesy. It ain't easy being cheesy. That's a good one. How many you got left?
I
got 2 more.
So
you're allowed up to 3.
Okay.
Or unless if you want to just rattle off all your bullshit when we're done with these.
No, because I haven't said a lot of them. I'm just coming up with them as we go.
Oh my God. Say one of the ones you got. I want to hear one more that you had down.
I've got, I don't think though.
I don't think though. That is a good one. That's a family one.
Yeah.
That is a family one. I don't think though. I don't know if we invented. I don't know if that came from something we don't know about because we were young, but I don't think dough is good.
And we had I don't point at your ding. Dough.
That's right. And what she gave the money sign.
Yeah.
I don't think dough. My next one is, and this one is a quote, but I've said it before. It's something I like, and it's "Did I do that?
Did I do that?"
It's a good saying.
Mm-hmm.
But that one is a quote. But I think it's usable. I do. You can use it in real day life.
Yeah.
The funny thing about my back is it's located on my cock. Not really usable in the everyday life. Terry.
I think it is.
What's your next one? I have one more after that.
My next one is we don't make mistakes, just happy accidents. That's Bob Ross.
You think about that one a lot?
I do, actually.
You think about that one a lot?
Yeah.
I don't know
not
if I believe
as
you.
much as dust. No dust.
No dust. No dust. My final one, I say a lot. I actually do a thing with Miranda a lot where I start it and she finishes it. I'll like almost pose that as a question, but it's you snooze, you lose. It's a good saying. Mm-hmm. Tara, do you know that if you snooze, I'll say that. I say, hey, Miranda, do you know that if you snooze? And she goes, you lose. Did you know that, Tara?
I did.
Sometimes I'll go, did you know? And then she'll just go, that if I snooze, I lose. I'll go, yeah. It's one of my Tourette'sy things, honestly.
It's
I just like randomly say it all the time about. It's like I don't really say it.
You have to say it. It just has to come out
in reference to like something that someone didn't that they snoozed and lost upon.
I also like this one.
Okay.
Milk, lemonade round the corner fudge is made.
That is a good saying. That's a fun saying.
It's silly. It's
that
like one that you learn as a kid and you just think it's the funniest shit ever.
Mm-hmm.
Or like your dad still does it and it's still funny.
Yep. I do like that one. You got any more before I move on to our emails?
No. We didn't talk any sports today.
That'll happen.
And I'm okay with it.
NBA. Well, we didn't talk since the NBA.
Since our guys came back?
Since all the... Yeah, well, real quick. Bucks signed Middleton back. Bucks signed Lopez back. Ooh. Bucks signed Jay Crowder back, baby.
Oh. Yeah, and I thought he was like pissed about it, but I guess there's going to be a coach.
But I think he likes that. I think he's like, maybe I'll actually get to play. I was going to see if the Bucks had anything else happen while we were doing this. Oh, looks like Robin Lopez is coming back to the Bucks. We're getting both Lopez's again.
Twinning.
Yeah. Ooh. Oh, Malik Beasley. That's a good sign for the Bucks. He's a good shooter. Malik Beasley was added to the Bucks for a 1-year deal.
Was he on the Timberwolves?
I think he was on the Lakers last year. Yeah, he was on the Lakers last year.
One other thing.
What's that?
There was a lot of people laid off at ESPN. My biggest surprise, Jalen. I was like, what?
Well, Van Gundy as well was surprising. Gundy. There was some big surprising names on it. Susie Colbert was bullshit, man. She's killing the game. It was weird. She's probably the one that she's been around one of the longer on-air talents that they had that they got rid of.
I think they said 27 years.
Her?
Yeah.
It was, and then they did then they had a pizza party on air that day. Like the classic thing that we all make fun of, like, oh, for cutbacks, well, we're throwing a pizza party.
Oh God.
On air for like, it's like such fucking bullshit. I mean, a lot of those people are going to be fine. Those on air talents.
I was
surprised but you're going to just pay Stephen A. Smith all that money.
Right. I was surprised by Todd McShay just because he's like the draft guy.
Well, but they still got, what's his nuts? Like the.
Yeah, but he's old and shaky.
He's not that old and shaky. He's fine. And it's funny. They didn't put anything about it on their website. But,
yeah.
So.
And Max, which.
Kellerman, yeah. Yeah. Which is a little surprising. He's been there back and forth.
That one guy that was big on game day, David. What the hell's his last name? Some of the B. I don't know.
Well, it looks like they parted ways with 2 more people.
Today?
Hold on.
I know Rob Ninkovich was one. Keyshawn.
Yeah, Keyshawn I thought was not that, but they're keeping around all these people that suck that nobody wants to see. Like the rest of that fucking NFL countdown show is terrible.
I know.
We got to keep watching Sam, whatever the hell her name is.
Ponder.
She sucks. Yeah, McShay, Kellerman, Keyshawn, Susie, Steve Young.
Yeah.
Matt Hasselbeck. Vince Carter.
Oh, I didn't know Vince Carter.
That's big names.
Yeah.
That people actually like to watch. I'm not that upset about the Van Gundy thing. I think he's fucking annoying as shit.
Yeah.
I think he's wrong all the time. And
he's just so
he knows his NBA. I'm like, does he know his NBA? Yeah, he's so annoying. Yeah, he's annoying. The only ones I really cared about was Susie and
I was bummed about Jalen.
And Steve Young's been there. Steve Young's been doing ESPN for basically since he retired.
Yeah.
So, yeah, crazy. That's our sports for the week.
Yep.
Emails, because I got a lot. Emails from Jeannie, Mrs. Jeannie, driving in the vert stang and responding to your dad for your dad and me. Favorite sayings. Number 5, boo-wah.
Booyah?
She wrote boo-wah with a W at the beginning. Does she think it's boo-wah? B-O-O space capital W-A-A-A-H. Boo-wah. It's booyah, Jeannie.
It's booyah.
Boo-wah.
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 Even had shirts made up my friend Ron and I said it all the time, and it pissed people off, typically drunk people, e.g. Steve, Adrian. So did they say boo-wah?
Maybe it was boo-wah.
Did they say boo-wah?
I've never heard boo-wah.
Weird. Her next one is language.
Oh.
Typically preceded by Andrew.
That's
how fucking hypocritical. She's
correct. Is these dads?
No, these are moms.
No, for dad.
These are moms. I just told you that. Huh?
She said she was in the convertible.
These are moms. Okay. I'm telling you right now, these are moms. How many times do I have to tell you that?
I confused.
Sleepy tight many times.
Mm-hmm.
Don't let Z-bed bugs bite.
Z-bed bugs, that's right.
I'm out of here.
I'm out of here. Good.
Pete Puma voice. By the way, it would be my number one cartoon animated cat character. Up your ass, you'd know. She does say that a lot. That. Mom's got sayings.
She does have sayings.
I was asking Miranda, I'm like, do I have sayings? She's like, no, you just say crazy shit that you can make up like on a regular. Except for don't let the bed, or except for you snooze, you lose.
Yeah.
Self-explanatory. Pops looks like your dad's going to ponder it. Oh, so he's not going to ponder it a bit, and we'll send it shortly. Happy 4th of July. I look forward to celebrating with you in Chi-Town.
This is another one of Mom's.
Just delete the opening, lady.
Right? This is another one of Mom's that I like. I'm freezing.
She's a nut.
Like she's cold.
Also, she likes to sing the same thing over and over. Look up, look down, look all around is actually a phrase which we probably have on our list. Look up, or look down,
tell me something good.
Happy almost 4th melons from Miranda. Drew and I are watching some fun shows right now. I think Tara should try Perfect Match. I did talk about that at the beginning. Top 3 phrases. Spill the beans. I never say it. I just like it. Rip the Band-Aid. She says it all the goddamn time. She's been saying it a lot lately. Speak of the devil. I'm not sure I even like this one, but I say it a lot, so I'm counting it. She does say speak of the devil. Crookshanks is Hermione's cat.
That's what I thought.
HP. Isn't that what we said?
Yeah.
And more involvement in the books. It's Hermione's cat. Okay. Did we say it was someone else's cat?
No, we said it was Hermione's, but it has more involvement in the books. So what you said probably was
specifically Prisoners of Azkaban. Question for both of you: what's your favorite type of firework? Describe what it looks like. I like the ones that are big but then crackle flash as they go out.
I like the ones that
like the ones that look like a giant
willow.
Fucking weeping willow.
Yes. Me too.
So there's the big boom, and then it just like rains down on you. That's the best one. And
I think I always liked them too because we had weeping willows at our first house.
Yeah, I agree. So I think that's why I did too. We loved weeping willows. Mm-hmm. Jim M. Old school sayings. Scare ya.
Scare ya.
No dust.
Mm-hmm.
Hello. What? I don't know. How did they say hello?
Hello.
Is that how they did it?
I think so.
Hello. Twice and twice.
Twice.
Nowadays.
Wigwam.
Wigwam should be on there, Poppy. It's not on his nowadays one. He has nailed it.
Nailed it. He is.
And that's what she said.
Oh yes.
So Dad sent me a text the other day. He sent me a personal text the other day, and his opening line was, "My dude."
My dude. My dude.
For a pretty emotional text. So that was pretty funny. I was like, oh, thanks, Pops. I laughed. I thought it was very funny. Hey, Tara.
Hey, Drew.
Tomorrow's 4th of July. We didn't do any 4th of July. Not a single fucking 4th of July
Not true.
thing.
Miranda had to say our firework.
Oh, that's true. I might, for our clip tomorrow, I might put up our 4th of July stuff from our 4th of July movies. Because I want something 4th of July for tomorrow. Stay dry.
Stay dry.
Stay dry and have a Tuesday.
Have a Tuesday.
Ba-da-ba-ba-ba. MELLONfights.
MELLONfights. I fucked that one up so bad. I didn't know where you were going.
I'm always singing MELLONfights.
I know, but I wasn't sure if you're going to do something else.